So hey guys, welcome. We're gonna have our second ever video AMA in the group, this time with BabyDogeInu and Greed Token. I really like voice AMAs, as you can get a much better idea of someone by hearing their voice, cadence, and the way they talk, and that kind of stuff. I feel like a video AMA takes that to the next level even, so thanks so much for being here with us. Um, so I think to start off, I'm going to ask a few intro questions so we can get a good idea of your projects. And then I'll
Okay.
open up the floor for any questions that any of you guys might have. Um, so to get started, Captain Awesome, could you maybe start by introducing yourself and your team? Where are you based and why did you start this project?
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I've been going by Captain Awesome since before Telegram or any of that had to do with my. I thought I was a superhero, so I went with it for a while. My real name's Pete Parente. I've got all my social media out there. I doxed from the beginning because I've been a businessman for years. So just a little on my background because I was one of the first team to dox with a meme coin, which was huge at the time. Now everyone's doxing because they know people are going to invest. But even people that are doxing, I'm trying to explain like it doesn't matter that someone doxes. Look at the background. See if there's someone who's going to still steal your money because I was actually in a rug. I bought baby dicks the other day, just for an example, and we're all on there. We had a whole group on video with the dev as he was doxing on video and just pulling out the money. So that's why I like to give my background. I'm 47. I'm not some kid out there that's just trying to do this now to make some money. I was a Marine. So when I got out of the Marine Corps in 1996, that's to date my age a little bit, I was Marine Recon. So I wasn't just a Marine. I was their special ops. I was Sniper Team 1 for the Marine Corps when I got out. And then I went right into being a stockbroker and investment banker. So since 1997, I've been investment banker, stockbroker. I've had, all the licenses for that. I've traded commodities. And really the last 15 years, I branched out on my own and I was a business consultant. And I would look, help companies. Most of them came to me when they had problems and fix them and then take them to the next level. I've had many of them that I've got, acquired through mergers, acquisitions, bought out by other publicly traded companies because my specialty was branding and marketing. So I was able to work with that. Along the way, I've also a multi-award winning children's book author. So wasn't really prepared. I forgot. I got my books right here. I've written a couple books. These go back to the early 2000s. I've got a Disney Parenting Award for them. I was also the editor's hot pick. So, I just wanted to give a little bit on my background so you understand that, one, I've got business experience because, this is what the industry needed. That's why I didn't care about doxing myself because I'm doing the right thing. I'm here to build something. I came in with a big plan, and you guys are going to see that as we start talking because we're going to talk about BabyDogeInu, but there's a reason there's two coins here. They're not two separate. They work together, and there was always a master plan behind it. But I really didn't get into currency until I would say back in April when I bought Shiba Inu, and I'd gotten before, one of the time before, most people knew about it. I know it's still been around for a while, but I caught a big move with it. And then I started getting involved in a couple other coins, and I just saw the bullshit out there. And from my business experience, I was like, you know what? There's a way that you could do this right. Give people all the good stuff that should be in a coin. Give them, at least know that they're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to still be there. The coin's going to be there. You're going to rug on them, and just try to do something for them. I really didn't know what I was going to do at the time. I was about to go back, actually, at my age, at 46. I had a contract back in last June. I was going over to Afghanistan. I signed a private military contract on a real special ops contract. You had to be Recon, SEAL, or SF, and it was for an emergency response team. And I tore my rotator cuff. So I had given up all my business because I wanted to go back to doing that. After I tore my rotator cuff, I'm not going to heal from that. And that's when I got into crypto, just looking for something to do. And I figured, you know what? Just recreate myself now. And I launched BabyDogeInu.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty impressive background. I want to say thank you for your service. We're excited to have you. I've been researching your projects for a couple days, and I think you are, for the most part, putting it all out there and being honest with people, and I always appreciate that. Um, so, what is BabyDogeInu? How long ago did you drop that one? And I think I know it's a reflection token, but what are the specific tokenomics and the
Okay.
idea behind the token?
Sure. So, I mean, I figured I started out and I thought it started as a joke, but a serious joke because I remember at one point I have one of my admin who's a good friend. I've known him since high school. He's the one that was giving me all the tips in trading crypto because I didn't know about Telegram and I didn't want to follow any of that. I was like, just send me contracts and I'll buy them. And I remember one day I bought like 10 different Inus. There was like Asian Inu, Frog Inu, everything was coming out with an Inu, and I'm like, I finally was like, I don't want to see any more of this shit. It's crazy. Everyone's buying everything Doge, everything Inu. Now all the fucking babies are coming out, baby this, baby that. And I was just joking. I'm like, BabyDogeInu. Like, put all of them together. I'm like, idiots will buy anything. And that's how I looked at it at first, laughing. And then I'm like, you know what, though? There's this big thing going on between Doge and, Shiba Inu, the Doge killer. And I thought it was kind of ridiculous. Like, one thing in business you don't do is you don't try to bolster yourself by belittling someone else or going after them. And I understand what they did. It got them their recognition. But what I thought was you have these two huge groups and these, like, they're armies. But what if you were to take two of them and unite them? So then I came up with the idea that, BabyDogeInu was basically the crypto love child of Doge and Shiba Inu. Because, of course, Doge has got to be the mama because Shiba Inu's daddy. You have them come together, create this baby, and it unites both of them. And that's where instead of having, everyone's like, oh, it's the BabyDogeInu army. I'm like, now, listen, I'm a guy, I'm a warrior. I come from that world. But what's more powerful than that is love. So I said, we're going to create this one. And we're more like a family. Just like when you go to our Telegram, you feel more like a family there. It's not an army. I don't want to have an army. We don't need an army. What are we doing? We're all working together, having fun. We enjoy each other. We've all become close from, we've got people from all around the world that have become like a family. And that's kind of what I created and why we got into it. And then I did do something different. Now everyone's doing the bigger tokenomics. Before I launched, which was July 9th, I launched, everyone was copying SafeMoon. There was like 10 different SafeMoons out, or 1,000 different SafeMoons out there with, 10% tax, 5% burn, 5% reflections. And I'm like, well, just buy SafeMoon if you're going to do it. So I came out with something a little different. I thought into it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit a 15% tax, 8% rewards. So what it is a 15% tax, 8% rewards, 3% to liquidity pool, 2% to marketing, 2% to tech. We're not doing much with tech, so tech just comes back over to marketing, and we could always switch that up. So that's how I built the token with the tokenomics, and the reflections in the beginning came out huge. I mean, we were up like 19% in the first couple of weeks on, you get rewarded in BabyDogeInu. A couple other things I did to make it safe or feel safe, or, this was my first project and I knew I was coming out and and no one knew who I was. Like I said, I wasn't even in any Telegram groups. I never spoke to anyone. First time I joined Telegram was when I joined it and I set up BabyDogeInu to set up everything for a pre-sale. So I knew I had to come out with something different. I wanted to do the community token. We did lock the liquidity till 2050. So liquidity's locked. It can't do anything anyway because we renounced the contract. And so it's basically, like I said, there was that little window of time where people had to worry about what the dev's going to do. And I think that was even before the whole madness of rugs came out. But, it was a way for me to get my reputation out there and, get the first coin out and work with it. Because as we're going to get into, even though this is the first coin I launched, months before it, there was a whole ecosystem being built already. So, I mean, does that answer your question, Ryan, for this part? I don't want to jump too far ahead.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, at some point, you realize it really doesn't matter what the token is called. What matters is the people that are behind it and what their vision is and what their ability to execute it is. I've seen tokens with what I thought were stupid names, and then they do a 10x, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, we had a good initial run too, and it's the same thing. Then everyone jumps to the next new shiny thing. So that's why I had to do something a little different. I had a bigger plan coming in with it.
Yeah, it's the nature of this space. Okay. So, I mean, BabyDogeInu sounds like one of the tokens that I'd want to be holding, especially when like meme season picks back up. So I see that you're obviously doxed, and you mentioned that your token's unruggable and that you've extended the liquidity lock until 2050. Um, how important do you think it is for investors to feel confident in the developer in which they're investing?
You know what? I think before coming into this, I thought that would be the most important thing. But now after spending this time in the BSC space, and I actually help assist in some other AMAs with some people because I've become friendly with a lot of groups and created some good relationships. I work with a lot of other devs and help them. I think it's important, and I think real investors think it's important. But unfortunately for the BSC, we joke about it every day. We always go, "So what's the next rug?" Shit, I just got rugged yesterday on Grenade ADA, Granada, whatever the hell it is. I mean, I put a BNB in it. It's like I didn't know anything about it, so sometimes it's fun to just gamble. I think if you're a real investor and you're going to put real money, it's important. But some of the other shit we play with, you just throw your money in and go with it. But for me, I'm only putting my money in BSC stuff where the teams have docs, they've got something real, and they've got it behind them. So for me, but I come from an investment banking world in a different background. I'm not really here to gamble. Every once in a while, it's fun. You throw a couple dollars here and there. But I put my bigger money in something I believe in long term, and I hold. I don't look at the chart. I don't look at my chart. I don't look at other charts. The chart doesn't matter. The only time it matters is someone's like, "Hey, it's on a dip. You want to buy?" Okay, yeah, that's great. I'd like to see the dips because that's where I'm going to buy. Because the projects that I'm buying, trust me, I'm in groups, and I'm usually working. I'm working with my token and doing what I have to do. But man, they're just flinging all. This one's coming out. That one's coming out. This mini, this, baby, that, or whatever it is. I mean, there's so many different tokens, and 90% of them are rugs now. So again, going back to your question, I personally think it's important. I think people who are concerned about their money and are trying to make money should think it's important. But I think the whole BSC, everyone here, they need to start educating themselves. And you know what? They start realizing that they're chasing all that because they keep getting in those rugs. But if they would cut the bullshit and just buy the stuff that's a solid investment where they're going to keep working on it, has some utility, and it's a long-term hold, instead of trying to catch all those 10x right away, because you're going to get some of them, but then you wind up losing your money because you lost it in the other ones. People need to be more educated and smarter about it. Like right now, they're not investing here, they're gambling. If they want to start making real money, they want to start investing. And you can make a lot of money with real ones. It just stop jumping out when it jumps up quick and get out. Stop watching. If it goes up, I'm going to get out, maybe buy it back. But just fucking buy something quality and ride it because it's quality. And that then goes back to the management team or like the developer or whoever's in it. What are they going to do to continue to make it go? When I see these people that like pop out a new coin every month, I don't want to buy into their coin because I know I don't have time to sit there and look at charts. I'm busy. I don't want to be like locked in watching. Ooh, let me see when I have to get out. It's going to start dipping, get out. No, put my money away. I feel good. I'm going to wake up next morning. It's still there. So again, for me, it's important. I think we need to start educating, not even educating, just hopefully start opening everyone else's eyes to what they should be doing out there for this industry.
Yeah, man, I totally agree with you. It's unfortunate that in the BSC space, it's like getting rugged is kind of like a welcome mat. Is like, like if you haven't been rugged, you haven't been in the space very long kind of thing. I myself pass on a lot of projects because of like a lack of forthcoming information or honesty. I feel, if I feel good about a project, then I'll put into it. But if I have any questions about it and I feel weird, then I usually will pass.
I agree.
Okay, so I see that BabyDogeInu has completed one audit and that it turned out looking good. Do you guys plan on getting a second audit anytime in the future?
So, I mean, that's not something I had in the plans, but I'm not as much a tech person. I've got my guy who writes the contracts. It's custom coded. It wasn't something that was, done through an app or forked from somewhere else. I've got a good code writer. If there's a reason to, I definitely would. I just, from talking to now the team and because again, we have a bigger project that's coming. And with that, we're still with BabyDogeInu. If we see reasons to, yeah, we would definitely do an audit or check on it, down the road. It's just when the time's right.
Okay, great. Perfect. All right, so now let's segue into your other project. So while I've been researching BabyDogeInu, I've been hearing like kind of whispers all around about a forthcoming greed token that will possibly be feeding the BabyDogeInu token. What can you tell us about greed and its ecosystem and its purpose? And do you have a
Okay.
date for
So,
when the presale will be?
yeah, well, not officially, but I can get into all that. So when I did come into this and I started leaking it a little bit early, I didn't just launch this token. This token was even BabyDogeInu was created well after Greed had already been in. We've been working on the technology. That's where my partner and BabyDogeInu, when you asked about my team, it was just me. I came in and I launched it because I wanted to learn the whole industry, get it out there, do it all myself. And that's why I was able to do it with the community token, lock it up, make everyone feel safe there, because Greed is more of a corporation the way it's going to be run. It's totally different. It's a huge ecosystem that had been being built the whole time. So that's why when I try to explain to people, yes, if this was just another meme token, it's just another meme token. Get the first run, 10x, whatever, jump out. Listen, I'm down 80% probably from the all-time high. And I'm not concerned. I haven't taken a penny out yet. I just keep putting in more. I put in at the all-time high as it is myself, and so do our investors, because we know that this wasn't just it. So now it's that next phase. We got all the people who got in for that pump. They're out. Now I'm trying to get the investors, whether that's in the BSC or starting to get recognition elsewhere, because Greed is going to provide utility. Now, I don't looking at me, do I look like the kind of guy that puts out a cute little meme token? And you guys saw, I just had on your AMA thing, it went from the original one that I posted. Now he's getting the makeover to work with Greed. Basically, BabyDogeInu is Greed's puppy. If we want to talk about a little story or put it in, Greed's going to be providing utility, because one of the things we're doing is we're working on projects in the metaverse. You know, not real. I didn't know what the metaverse was either. And then when it was explained to me, showed to me, and I started learning that, that's where all the big money's going right now. I mean, you've got this world where it's a finite amount of real estate. The parcels that are being sold, they're not going to create anymore. And, you know, Decentraland is the biggest one. That's where we're going to be. So when I say the metaverse, I'm talking about Decentraland, because that's where you have, you know, Coca-Cola, Atari, Louis Vuitton's in their building now. Sotheby's, when you hear about their auction, you can walk into their auction house in the metaverse and actually go in. So right now, it's mostly through computers. I don't know how it works on a phone. Like, I'm on my computer all day. I don't really like using my phone for anything like that, but I'm also understanding that you can start using the VR, and you've got, and you know, you've posted a video with my metaverse team, and there it is, my metaverse team, kind of going over and educating people, because right now we are getting into the pre-sale, which is starting. I'm sorry, there's a private sale starting right now. It's a whitelist private sale for some people. All the people that have supported BabyDogeInu, I've even put it out there, if they want to buy BabyDogeInu, like, I'm not just giving it to anyone. We don't need to, because Greed, I've been getting hit up for Greed for a long time, because it's different. It's not like what's already out there. And I'm explaining this metaverse part, but I'm going to tie in. I mean, there's a huge picture and a big tie-in for all the stuff we're doing. So let me back it up a little bit, because I'll explain what I'm doing, and then I'll go into what I'm doing in the metaverse. So with Greed, I've had some good connections. A buddy of mine that I went to high school with, Ted K. He was part of Epidemic Music. He was the money manager, and his partners in Epidemic Music are Grammy Award-winning producers and songwriters, Cool and Dre. So if you don't know who they are, I mean, the one thing I just try to mention is they're the ones that produced the Beyonce Jay-Z album when they did it together. Dre's best friends with Jay-Z. They have produced some of the biggest names out there. They just launched Fat Joe's new album like last week. They're working on other big projects now. I think he was with Ja Rule. You go to their recording studio in Miami, it's cool. It's like a big house, and this is what cued me on. So I first wanted to get with them because I thought, how cool would it be if we can get, like, I know that these are the guys that provide the beats, the music. They have all these cuts from all their artists that they never used. They're all in like a vault. Well, you know, NFTs are getting big, but what about music NFTs? What if you have your favorite recording artist? Like, we can get Beyonce and Jay-Z's album together. All right, everyone knows that here's the album with what was released. What about the versions, like they tried this track, it didn't work, or they did it and they start laughing during it? We could chop those up now as almost collector's items and sell them as NFTs. So this is what I wanted. That's part of the reason I wanted to get in touch with them. But after I spoke to them and they saw the direction we were going, my specialty as a business consultant was marketing and branding. So listen, BabyDogeInu wasn't my thing when I got it. I gave the people what they wanted. The website has been redone. I started it. It looked just like, what is that, Dogecoin or Baby Dogecoin or whatever they are. I had it all looking the same. And now it's getting its facelifts, and now it's getting more of the Greed switch to it. What I created with Greed, everyone loves it. All the recording artists, they love Greed. They want the Greed brand, the branding of it. They want to wear the clothing. So they looked at me and they said, why don't we do the first crypto music label, Greed Music? Because I was originally thinking I was going to have to kiss up to them a little bit and do like Cool and Dre's recording studio in the metaverse with my concept. Because what I wanted to do, you know, they have a house in Miami. You drive through the gate, huge front lawn. You can park 100 cars. It's a house and it's on the water. So they took that house and converted it where inside there's like 3 recording studios that are big ones. And then now they have like, I don't know, portables or quad cons outside where there's like 3 or 4 more. I think they have 7 recording studios there altogether. But the cool thing is you just go to the house, who their friends are. Like you're going to talk to them for a meeting. You know, you got DJ Khaled sitting there. He's in the kitchen hanging out. You got someone playing, Fat Joe playing video games over here. These guys aren't even working there. They're just there hanging out because those are their friends. And then on top of that, you have all the big recording artists that are using it to work, whether they're using the recording studio or working with Cool and Dre. So I was like, man, what if we were to live stream all the studios and then put that in the metaverse? Because in the metaverse, what we could build is the recording studio. And then in there, you walk in, and you can see the live streaming of your recording artist working on something. So the idea was we build that, and then where the utility comes in, you could have things like NFT keys. So it's not just an NFT, but if you have this NFT in your wallet, like you have a BabyDogeInu wallet, a BabyDogeInu private key NFT in the wallet, you could now walk into the recording studio. If you don't, you can't. There's ways that you do it, and that's like in the examples they were showing from the metaverse, that there's certain areas where there's either a force field up, some you could see in, and other times you can come to a plot of land, but if you don't have this special key with access, you won't see anything. It'll look barren. You got that key in your wallet, so you could have 2 of you. You could have both of your avatars walking up together because people hang out. It's like a social gathering. One person can see everything, the other one will see nothing. So that's one of the ways we're providing utility for BabyDogeInu, because you're going to be able to use a BabyDogeInu private key or agreed one. So the first one's going to be the recording studio we put, where you can watch your favorite recording artists go live, and then also cut up all their other tracks, like the error tracks, the other stuff, cut them up, put them in there, and then you can buy them. Because I know me as a collector, like I'm an author too. I love Dr. Seuss. Do I have his books? Yeah, but no. Other cool thing I have is like one of his pictures that was an error copy that was signed that he didn't use it. So I have that. Those are cool. It's like, imagine having your favorite recording artist with one of their error copies of their recordings or their music. You have something that's one of a kind. It's a collectible, and now it's an NFT. So almost like people want to collect stuff in sports memorabilia and everything else. We could collect that with music. And then on top of that, we're going to do NFTs with the recording artists as well. And it's just a collaboration. You know, half goes to Greed, half goes to them. And that's now on top of the coin making money. We also have a profit center. So it's really going to all keep tying and feeding itself. But while we're going now and buying all the parcels in the metaverse, we're going to do other stuff. Like BabyDogeInu is going to have more cute little game areas and other things you could do in his building. But then Greed's a little more edgy. We're going to have strip clubs. We're going to have brothels. We're going to have things that you can go in. They want to go in and have live streaming for OnlyFans. But the cool thing is you walk in with your avatar. Now you've got the live streaming. So it's 2 different things. They're not competing with each other. It's just allowing us to open up different markets. Even in the NFT world, everyone thinks of a picture NFT. It's not just that. You have wearables now. You buy your clothing that, you want to be in style in there, and it's all about your status. Like, why is Louis Vuitton going to sell fake Louis Vuittons in there? You're going to probably spend more on a Louis Vuitton NFT than you are on the Louis Vuitton purse. Ethereum has sweaters that you can wear for your I think he shows it his video. If you guys go back and watch the video that's posted, he got the sweater in the beginning. It's like some collectible Ethereum sweater that's a wearable for his avatar. It's now worth $30,000 for a fake sweater you're wearing in the metaverse. So a lot of these collectibles are coming out that it's not just something you have as that specific picture NFT, and they're even doing drivables. They've got these cool cars you could buy. And if you look at what's going on, everything's taken off. Just like the parcels in the metaverse a couple months ago were $500. Now they're $4,000. That's why we're buying them now, because we can always build on them later, but we need to have it. So when we launch Greed, we're going to have the assets. So there is a lot that we're doing, and it all is going to tie into BabyDogeInu because he's going to have his own NFTs. And I mean, if you go to the Greed website now, you can see that, we have the BabyDogeInus there. We're also doing our own NFT marketplace, which is a multi-platform one. We're going to post our own on Binance because of the fees. And I just brought up an example. 2 days ago, I went to go buy some NFT out there. It was $35 on OpenSea. The miner fees in Ethereum were $175. I'm not going to pay $175 in fees to buy something for $35. That's ridiculous. So the reason we're doing a multi-platform is because if you want to have something there, you can. It's just you get to post. They do these mirror images. It all looks like it's in the same spot, but you could have this actually on the Binance. And that's more of a back-end thing to have programmed, which we have the group doing that. But more importantly is you have the options to use what you want. And I would suggest Binance. It all goes right to your wallet, so it doesn't matter. But I guess that would kind of, wrap up what we're doing. And with the record music label, once we launch, we're also going to start bringing out our first artist. And on top of that, we're going to do some cool promoting, because we're going to do like a reality TV show on it, because it is the first crypto music label. So we're going to record the whole process, and we're going to put it out there and make some commercials and see. And again, where's that going to go? I don't know. It could be YouTube. It could be here. It could be through NFTs, as far as we know. But we're going to be able to promote it and do it in a big way. Plus, the other cool thing is, what people don't realize is, having Cool and Dre, their friends or all these people that they work with are going to help them and support them. We're not handing out. They're partners, guys. I didn't give them any tokens just to say something or promote it. We're partners in this. So if I go into their recording studio, or we're there at the and we're there, and some of their buddies are there, and we can get them to do shout outs because we happen to be hanging out, it's going to help promote it. Look how much money people are spending on marketing and Twitter. And, oh my God, we got this influencer to tweet for us. And they spent $1,000 or whatever on the big ones. And you got the other ones you're spending $1,000. Nothing happens. We're going to have access to these people that are going to be doing it for free. So I've kind of planned it in to not only, be something where we have them, but, I've got the guys who have access to them, even the younger recording artists. Could you imagine Cool and Dre, the guys who are responsible for making them big, going up to them and say, hey, why don't you throw out a tweet for us, or an IG shout out? And the kid going, well, what's it going to be? What are you going to give me? And they're like, well, we gave you your start, and we gave you your life. So basically, it was strategic with working with them and bringing them in. And I haven't done much with BabyDogeInu. We put a bunch of announcements out there. But when Greed comes out, we're coming out heavy within the beginning. We're coming out with the tokenomics are going to be a 20% tax. 13% is going to go to BSC rewards. All right. I'm going to throw this in here. We really want to launch right now on Cardano. If the contracts are coming out the 12th and they go, we're launching on Cardano. I don't know how many of you guys know Rude from Rude's Lounge. I do AMAs with Rude. Rude's also on my team. He's a big developer in real life. He deals with Vitalik. He's been worked on Ethereum 2.0. He's good friends with Charles from Cardano, so he speaks to, he's getting updates. Cardano may push it off again until December. They're trying to see if they're ready for this. They're not going to push it off a couple of days. They're probably going to push it off till December. So every day I'm trying to get the feedback on it to see. But if it goes to 12, we're launching on Cardano the 12th, and the rewards will be in Cardano. If not, we're going to launch on BSC, and we're going to swap over to Cardano, have everything set up to be able to do it when it does come out. So that's the ultimate goal with it. But the reflections are going to be the same. It's going to be 20% out the gate on the tax. 13% will be the rewards either in BSC or Cardano. Now, more importantly, 1% is going to go to buying back Greed. 1% is going to go to buying back BabyDogeInu. And no, we're not going to burn it. We're going to use it for contests, give it back to since it's through Greed. If we do buy BabyDogeInu, it's going for contests and Greed. It's going to give our holders in Greed, because it's all part of the ecosystem and supports each other. All right. And then the other 5% that's sitting there, it's going to get moved around depending. In the beginning, more is going to go to the liquidity pool. Once the liquidity pool is fat and we see it good, then more is going to go to marketing. So we're not going to need as much marketing in the beginning, because we're well funded that. So that's kind of how this is all working with BabyDogeInu and Greed. It's been a master plan from the beginning. I could be leaving stuff out. Like, we built our own launch pad. So the private sale is going through the launch pad. As we keep building that, we've already built the meat and potatoes and the hard part of it. We're going to have a Greed launch pad, because the DXL, to me, sucks. I built something a lot more simple, even for our private sale. You can pay in, it's not like this DXL. You can pay in Ethereum, Bitcoin, or BSC, because it's our platform. We could choose whatever we want, but people could choose whatever they want. We're using now more for this private sale, more Ethereum, because a lot of people have access to it. I know all of you in the BSC world, it's easy, but shit, my friends don't know currency, crypto. It's easier for them to get Ethereum. So we built it like that. Plus, we need the Ethereum to go buy the parcels in the metaverse. But the thing is, we just built a more simple, user-friendly platform where the other big thing I wanted is the Greed tokens for the private sale, because they're going to be at half the launch price. They're locked up for 6 months. Well, the way we're doing it is on our platform. But the rewards you can pull out. The rewards are in either, like I said, they're going to be either BSC or Cardano, depending, but you can pull those out. So these are cool features I wanted to also build in this launchpad for others to use, because like the team tokens are going to get locked up or anything like that, and you can lock them up for different times. So we're going to offer this to others to use. Plus, you guys might not know, DXL keeps 15% of your tokens. That's huge. Plus, you pay them on top of that. Well, we don't need that much. The cool thing is I can undercut them real simple and have it make more sense for everyone that's out there and still create a profit center or name going. So we're going to basically come right out the gate with something 10 times better, a lot cheaper, and easier to use. So, yeah, those are some of the things that are happening. So, this was all the stuff that was being built before BabyDogeInu was even a thought.
Wow, that was a lot of information. That's some groundbreaking stuff that you're working on there. If anyone hasn't checked out that video of the metaverse, you should check it out. It's really cool. Um, didn't the other day you said something about the private sale that people aren't going to be able to sell for a certain amount of time or something like that?
Yeah, that it's a six. I'm doing a 6-month lock on it because it's half the pre-sale and the launch price are going to be the same. So the private sale is going to be a half a cent, half a penny. I'm not doing one of these 0.00000. We got 1 billion tokens coming out, man. It's more, it's a reality. I'm not trying to sell people on the dream that they're going to have, hundreds of trillions of tokens and they're going to get to, a penny at some point and be rich. It's real easy. We're coming out with the private sale at half a cent. We're going to launch it a penny, and it's the private sale tokens will be locked for 6 months. But also because I do have, so the reason I came out was to get my reputation out there and people understand me and know, and I have people who do believe in me and what I'm doing now because I'm not renouncing a contract for Greed, and we're going to have to move stuff around. It's different. I have to have control of it to make that one work because of what it is. So if the day the private sale comes due, if people want to jump out, that's fine. What I can easily do is jump the tax up to 30%, add that extra 10% rewards. So now the holders that are sitting there are going to see some people pull out, but they're getting rewarded 23% rewards. So there's always ways that I can handle it because of the power that we'll have through Greed. And again, it's, the people that got to know me through all the different tokens that I've worked with. I've been helping a lot of other tokens up relationships with. I have a dev group, for example, that we started bringing in all the good devs who are good guys that docs, and we know who each other are because I'm not playing the game with these guys who don't want to tell you who they are, and you got to wonder if they're going to rug. And we've all been working together. We share stuff. We work on projects together. I don't know if you guys know. You know Wraith, right? Wraith. So I went with them. I helped them after their launch. I know you guys did an AMA with them. I love Wraith. Wraith was one. There's 2 other tokens I'm buying in BSC. Wraith I invested in, and then there's Steam Exchange. If you guys can get them on here, they're coming out with a blockchain. It's awesome. They're all docs. They're all legit. They're all really have good technology. And I'm bringing this up because, Wraith launched and their marketing guy didn't really have it planned right. Some of my people, and I'm cool. Listen, I'm cool with it. They're working with them on the project too. I've helped them. They came to me after because I was trying to give them, my launch plan was great with how I did it with BabyDogeInu, and I tried to give it to them, but they had a marketing guy do something different. Well, they came out, they launched for down 50%. Then they came to me, and if you look what happened, I mean, I've got the timelines on it. When they came to me to help them, I set up their ads, I set up their other stuff. I got them a couple people because in the beginning, that's the time when you have to take advantage of the influencer and the poo ads and have it right. And from once I stepped in, they were down 50%. I could tell you that, my investment is up. I think it's almost up 10x from there, from where I stepped in and helped market. Point is, I'm busy, I'm doing stuff, but I have no problem helping other people. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of us work together. We know how we work. So that's why even with Greed, they're going to have to put faith in me because I can't lock if we're going to have to move over to Cardano, I can't lock the liquidity for that long. I have to lock it for whenever that portion is. So these are all the things that we're going to have to do. And that's why I said, again, I came out to earn that faith with BabyDogeInu because of things we have to do now. But if you're a holder in Greed and you're not just looking to pump and dump on us, you're going to love the things I could do because I'm going to do everything to protect holders. And if you ask my BabyDogeInu community, although we get beat up, we're down off of the all-time highs, they will tell you I will do and I do everything possible to make it work. I mean, I didn't even mention this. I have a game that'll be tested in the community in a couple days for BabyDogeInu. I'm not a game person. I saw that the people in the community were loving playing those games in Telegram. I was like, oh, you guys like games? I'm not into it. So I contacted a guy. He loves Doge. He does video games, and he's building me a video game right now that we're going to be able to test in the community. Everyone loves that. So I didn't even really mention that as a thing that most people build their whole coin off of. Well, that game should be tested. I mean, it might be tomorrow or the next day we'll have it. Yeah, these are just some of the things that I have going on as a developer for I call it the ecosystem.
Wow. Yeah. That's so much stuff. And that's like a lot of stuff to look forward to.
Well, right. You know what I want to say, though? the one thing that I could show you is, and that's why I bring in my metaverse team of guys and all the people we're working with, and I have Cool and Dre in the video, is everyone tells you what they're gonna do. I see every coin launch. We're gonna have an NFT market. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna have NFTs, and they have nothing. That's why I started making the NFTs, and that's why I started showing everyone the technology that's there. We're launching the launch pad. We're launching from it. We're launching from our own launch pad. I'm building it. So that's the one thing I want to bring up is there are a lot of things I'm talking about doing, but everyone can see I'm actually doing it, and we show it and we share it, and that's the difference. And is being that full transparentness. And like the game's not fully ready to launch, but it's going to be in test mode. So we're going to put it in the communities. I want them to see we're actually working. So these things that I do, so people can see that I'm not just talking. Anyone can talk about what they're going to do. You know, listen, I could tell you, hey, I'm going to build my own blockchain. And no, but I could say it. The difference is I'm showing people everything that I said I'm going to do. And again, if you went and asked my community, everything 100% I have ever said, ask anyone in our community, I have delivered 100%, never wavered. So, you know, that's one thing I pride myself in.
Yeah, man, that's so awesome. I look forward to getting into greed. So I saw that BabyDogeInu is listed on CMC and CoinGecko. I assume that would be in the works for greed as well after launch.
Yeah. Yes. And actually, you know, we're holding with that one. There are tokens that'll be held back. Tokens are being held back because we're expecting, you know, we're going to take greed to major exchanges too, different than BabyDogeInu. We're going to be able to do a lot of different stuff. So there are tokens that are going to be sitting in reserve to go to the exchanges. So, you know, we can get all that done. Like I said, don't think just because BabyDogeInu came out as a community renounced meme coin, totally different world, man. And that's why I have greed to be able to feed it. Even what people are sleeping on right now, listen, people are selling off, right? Because they don't see much going on for BabyDogeInu. As soon as greed launches, 1% of the tax is going back to buy BabyDogeInu. Look, I know what we did when we launched BabyDogeInu and how much came in. The greed project is 100 times bigger. That 1% tax, shit. My daily money I'm gonna have from that 1% is probably more than our weekly or monthly volume right now in BabyDogeInu. So I don't need to go crazy promoting it. My community knows. None of them are worried. People want to sell, they can sell. Watch it come down. Our community's quietly buying more because what's going to happen as soon as greed comes out, you know, I have a constant green candle. We don't need as much for BabyDogeInu to make it run. Yes, greed's going to be a higher market cap. The buyback 1% for greed is going to have a lot less of an effect than that 1% is going to have in BabyDogeInu. That's going to send that one at an even greater multiple. The buying in greed itself is what sends it because it's been highly anticipated. And the moment I started leaking it out, I've been getting, you know, hit left and right for everyone that wants to get involved, especially when they know the names that, you know, we have in that one.
Yeah, it's always nice to have your investors' confidence, you know, and it feels really, really good when you do. Um, so your roadmap for BabyDogeInu is really ambitious. I assume a lot of that stuff on that roadmap kind of shifted over to greed, right?
I mean, it's a yes and a no because even though it's being done with, the thing is, it's being paid for by greed. You know, like, so when we're doing stuff in the metaverse, BabyDogeInu doesn't have that kind of money to build what's needed for it. Greed does. But in turn, there's the extra fee. So even by giving it utility, it's going to provide fees back for greed because we have our own NFT marketplace. So by buying the NFTs and doing everything, like, so that's the best part of it. It's not like, oh my God, you're taking money from greed to do this. Like, what about the greed investors? Yeah, but the amount of money that's being taken to do what we need for BabyDogeInu, the fees in the other part of it are going to come back even more for greed as it is. So both of them are going to benefit.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was going to ask a final intro question about the future of greed, but you kind of, you kind of explained that already, right? Is there anything else you want to say about that?
So what I will say from my background, like when people ask me about a roadmap, right? Because it was funny, I actually put the roadmap back on BabyDogeInu. I took it off and I just left on there. There's no road to the stars. And then I had some guy come in my community and give me shit like, oh, you don't have a roadmap. It's not professional. It's not, you know what I've said to people here? This is the thing about being a business consultant. Someone once asked me, what's the best advice you can give to be successful in a business? I said, you got to be ready to change your business plan every day. Nothing ever happens as planned. Everyone comes out with a plan. business plan, roadmap, white paper, all that shit. The direction, I didn't know I was gonna have Cool and Dre turn into the what's it called? The first. I didn't know we were gonna do the first crypto music label. I was trying to get them to do a little thing here. But once that stepped into it, that just changed the whole game. If I would have said, nah, you know what? My roadmap was this. We just want to do these little music NFTs. Let's just do that. So the thing is, what I could tell you is I'm constantly looking for the next level. Just like where everyone's going now, I'm going in the metaverse. People are starting to understand it. I mean, just, what was it, last week, I think Zuckerberg, not that I'm promoting Zuckerberg, but the fact is they have money. They're buying in the metaverse. Where the big money is going and buying, you want to, be there. It's like real estate. Like I said, if I'm buying that real estate and that big money's coming in, it's only going to drive my prices up. So whether I'm building there or I might have to lease it back to them because there's a finite amount, we're buying as much as we can because there's not going to be enough. So when the other big money's late to the show and they need to come in, they're coming to me and asking me for favors. The cool thing is we can let them build on our property and do stuff and lease it, but we own it. So when this all comes out, that's why I want people to understand, like, this isn't like other currencies. We actually are going to have assets behind it. That asset, listen, everyone knows it's a finite amount. You can't make it. They're not making any more parcels in there. It is what it is. It's real estate, and real estate's only going to keep going up. So that only helps us. If we want to sell it later, we can sell it. We want to hold it and lease it, we can lease it. We want to just sit on it, it's not affecting anything because that money's already been spent. It can only help us. So to ask me what's going to happen in the future, all I got to say is look at how I'm looking at this now. I came into this industry not bringing in a meme coin, but bringing in an ecosystem that was going to feed the meme coin. And I had this whole big plan coming when this isn't something anyone could ever fathom because the only thing they could ever think of is get a coin, get it go, get 10x. All right, next coin. They can't think about building something long term. That's why I came in here to do that so that you can invest in this. The other things are I'm working with mention Wraith. I want to figure out a way to work that instead of building my own wallet, which I was going to do. And I haven't talked to them about this yet, but the ideas are, hey, listen, we work well together. Find a way I could promote your wallet, that our users use your wallet, and then your users have a benefit for using our coin with it. Let's find ways we can work together. These are all the things that I look to do, so it's different than anything anyone else has ever done. And that's constantly what's going to happen. So, keep your eyes open, keep following. I can promise you, we're not just coming out with a token that just rolls with it and we see what the fuck happens. We're here to I want to make a name and I want to change this whole industry. And I don't want to be looked at. The BSC thing, I'm really hoping to get to Cardano because I don't want to put greed on BSC. It deserves better. But if it goes there, it's going to be on Cardano. I promise that.
All right. That all sounds really good. So now I think I'm going to open up the floor for anyone if they have any questions. So I don't think anyone's muted. So if you have a question, you can go ahead and ask. Maybe no questions then.
I'm that good.
Yeah, you covered everything there, Captain. You really are awesome there, Captain.
Thank you.
Plus you're in South Florida, so you got something going for you, right? But hey, I don't know if I missed this or not because I was walking my pups, but what was the reason for on Cardano? And what was that specifically? Was that due to fees or you were saying you were going to go on the Cardano?
Well, with coming out with it, first of all, the stigma right now for, BSC, it just gets shittier. It's like just the way you look at it, you almost have a negative connotation just because you're we call them shit coins, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, and on top of that, like looking at Ethereum, I love Ethereum. The fees though are ridiculous. Like I was saying, I went to go buy an NFT for $35 and $175 miner fee doesn't work. I also know Cardano has their their transaction time is twice as fast already as Ethereum's 2.0. So I mean, everyone might have their opinion. Just because Ethereum's bigger now, I believe Cardano has something better. And the only thing that's held them back was having their smart contract. Now, think about this. Being one of the first smart contracts on the Cardano blockchain, I could launch, I'm a dumb fucking coin. I'm a dumb new Cardano coin could be the name of it on the Cardano blockchain. That itself will send it through the roof. But if you add credibility behind it, it'll work better. Plus, Rude from Rude's Lounge, who's on my team here, like working with me on stuff. I've become very friendly with him. I do AMAs with him on his lounge where we go through people. He had one right now. I had one before this with him. I'm like, hey, bro, I got to cut out. I got to go do my own AMA. But, he's friends with Charles from Cardano. He talks to these guys. He's got the ins with them. So the other thing I'm trying to do is if we get this update and we know it's going to go for sure, I'm hoping he can get what he says. If that's going, we'll probably be able to get the code ahead of time and have it worked out. But, I mean, you tell me, what would you rather have? Would you rather buy a token on the Cardano blockchain or the BSC blockchain and getting BSC rewards or Cardano or ADA rewards?
Yeah, to me, it's kind of a no-brainer. And also there was one, I can't remember the name of it, but there was this guy that I was listening to an AMA a while back. And they were on the BSC chain, and the fees were killing it because they were doing game stuff. And to have guys playing games, 500 times a day or something, they just couldn't afford it. So they literally moved their entire project over to Matic, over to Polygon. And they said it's just like so much better. Plus the fees are like a fraction of a cent.
I like Polygon, but I think it's still different. I mean, as good as they are, there's been some other issues. I've heard stuff where sometimes it takes like 2 days to sell, a couple days to sell something.
Right.
I've heard a couple things that I personally wouldn't want with my token. And I think I just love everything that's going on, with Cardano. And again, like, I would still do, depending, I have to see, I know they're in a beta test for their NFT market, but the one we're doing for the NFTs, it's multi-platform. I'm talking to the Paradox guys. They're another BSC coin that has I had my own text building it. I stopped them. I said, I like what Paradox is doing. We'll probably white label off them. And they were doing here, look, I've got no problem talking about other tokens while talking about me. Paradox, if you guys don't know, is another, their NFT marketplace. They've got some cool customizations. They're going to have an app for the phone, which working with them, I'm going to be able to white label all that. Instead of me going in and building my own from scratch, it didn't make sense. They have something even better, and I'm giving up a little bit to get a lot more. So, I basically want to work with them on it. Check them out if you haven't checked them out, too. Another great company. Good devs, too.
Cool.
Anyone have another question?
Yeah, you probably mentioned this. I got in a little bit late, but what's your timeline for Greed?
So what I'm looking at right now, I know I got my launch pad. We had some stuff back and forth with the launch pad where we were going to start the private sale. I was hoping to get it. I had the meat and potatoes. I had the cheaper work done out of India. Now it's over to the American Text for the next phases of stuff. But we've been trying to take delivery of it. There were like little things to fix. Got it this morning, changed the password, but because of the way they built it on the server, we still needed like the restart. Not the code. We got the code. They didn't give us the commands for it. So as soon as that goes, we're about to start the private sale. I know my techs are trying to figure out a way just to do it without talking to them because it was their nighttime over there. So the private sale is basically starting now. It's more of a whitelist private sale for all of our supporters that have been with us through everything. What I'm looking for launch, though, is, if Cardano drops their smart contracts on the 12th, I want to be launched on the 12th. And the only way to do that, though, is if I can get the code ahead of time and hopefully, I have someone that has the connection to do that. Or if not, as soon as we can get the contract written for Cardano, because it's a whole new contract. We don't have it yet. We don't have access to it. He's in their groups where they go over everything. It should be released beforehand. If we find out that they're going to delay again till December, we are going to launch on BSC now. We already have the BSC one loaded, ready to go. The contract's been written. It's a custom contract. It's, for what we're doing, you couldn't fork it anyway. So I've got the contract written, and it's just basically, if I do the private sale with that, it's fine. We just swap out with the other. It's just, right, we have it all set up. So we will come out on BSC, but we're having everything ready so that we can swap to Cardano when it comes. If Cardano does delay and we have to go BSC, it's going to be second or third week in September. There's no real rush on that one, but my rush is that the moment Cardano comes out, I'd like to be the first or one of the first on that one. So I'm not going to rush through the code. I happen to have the guys who work with Charles at Cardano on a lot of his stuff, so they'll be able to do it the best way. So as soon as I can possibly get it out, if it's a 12th and I can get it to 12th, I'm out. So I'm kind of stuck with what they're doing. And, every day, Rude's getting probably sick of me. Any update? I'm like a little kid in the car, like, are we almost there? Are we almost there? Because I have to ask him. So, that's kind of the plan. So the plan is just got to see. But I don't see anywhere by the latest, it'll be second or third week of September for launch.
So how do we keep up with the announcements for Greed?
So I haven't even started promoting it yet. I did set up the Telegram. I was going to wait to get through as we got closer. I really didn't want to. I know a lot of people take a long time to build it all up. It's a lot more work. Like with BabyDogeInu, I mean, I came out a couple days or a week before, and we had a great launch. I mean, I basically hit the marketing hard then because having people wait for a long time, I don't know. I don't see a benefit to that. People are going to jump in when they can. I'd rather keep it fresh in their head. So I do have, I might see here. Let me see. He just posted. So I have like the Greed in the channel right now. There's the Greed. There's what's it called? An announcement channel, a regular channel. And we also talk about it in BabyDogeInu because it all ties in. BabyDogeInu keeps talking about how Greed's coming and what it's going to do for it. So everywhere between BabyDogeInu and the Greed channels that are put in there, that's the best way to follow us.
Okay, great.
And I'm about, so just so you know, I mean, now that I'm getting to the private sale, I just want to like get that going. As soon as it's happening, I'm going to start it's starting and it's going to go from start to boom. Full sprint, real quick.
What are you looking to collect in your private sale?
The private sale, I'm looking for $750,000, and I think for a pre-sale, we're going to do like it was 1.5 million.
Okay.
Again, that's going towards it's not like we're going to use it for marketing or any other like nonsense stuff. The private sale money is going to go mostly towards the parcels in the metaverse and the builds that we need with that, but it's mostly like buying real estate. So we're gonna have the assets with it, which is different than anything else.
Okay, cool. And you'll probably be kind of outlining, maybe communicating with the community, your private sale community, kind of how you're allocating those funds.
Oh yeah, we will 100% because it's. Part of it's going to be, I don't want to just spend the money. I want to have the money because I can't plan from today till 3 days from now. As you know, those parcels are basically crypto in a way. So I don't want to even look. You don't know what's available. The difference is it's not the price of. So that parcel here I don't even want to look now and be like, oh man, I wanted that right next to Louis Vuitton. Now it's not there because someone bought it or the pricing's different. So they already know the day we have the money, we're sitting there. It's not like, all right, we have to get I want to get the whole team together with the metaverse team. The good thing is most of us are in South Florida. We basically go grab it and we're going to sit there and do it right there. We'll have our wallet. The metaverse guys already, they were looking at all the strategic areas we could buy for the things we want to build. Because like BabyDogeInu might build something a little bit different. And in the metaverse, the way it works is each parcel, if you have a parcel, you have one level. If you buy two parcels next to each other, you can build up two levels. You could put them in a certain way you could build an estate. So it's how many levels you could also build up on those. So you want to be strategic about how you do it in a couple ways. How you buy it, as far as placement around, which of the bigger companies are already in there. And then also how you buy it structure-wise. So, we do want to plan that if we don't use it, we have something that's going to be attractive for others to either lease from us or buy from us down the road as well.
So it's kind of like Decentraland.
It is when I say metaverse, so all of them are, but Decentraland is the one we're going to be buying, yes, because that's where most of the big money's going right now.
Right. Okay.
And don't get me wrong, the beautiful part is if something else hot pops up later, it's going to be newer and cheaper. Even if we don't have the money, we could sell some of our expensive real estate, buy something there because you got a better chance, to 10x from the newer one than you do from the other one at that point. Right. So we're gonna have options, which is perfect. It's just my biggest concern about this private sale. I'm like, I want to get it. I want to buy the parcels. Once I have it, everyone will know. We even put the map out. This is exactly what we have, guys. You're probably seeing me for the first time. My community, I've been fully transparent with them. And it's, for the Greed, it's a bigger team. For BabyDogeInu, it was just me. I needed as myself, as a business consultant, like I do with a business. When a business comes to me, I don't know their industry. I know nothing about their business. So how do I help everyone? The first thing I have to do is learn everything about them. Then I have to see what their problems are. Then I have to look at their industry and think, okay, what's something that can make them different to get ahead? So it's kind of like with crypto, my plan was, and I told everyone stay out of my way. I mean, I'm crazy. I'm the one that likes to be, whether it's control or not, I'm good with them. I let people make decisions. The good thing is even in my community, we vote on stuff. I give my opinion and I explain why, but I'm usually pretty good. If it's something I feel strongly about, I'm not telling them what we're going to do. It's because it makes sense. And typically if I put it there and we lay it out and it's laid out properly, we all make a decision. It's the same thing with greed. But I needed to learn everything about crypto real quick. And that's what BabyDogeInu was. And I launched it. So the best thing is, like, there was no mistakes, because anything that went wrong, and I'll tell you now, one of the things that I wish I didn't do was renounce the contract, but I had to, because no one knew me at the time. And that's when renouncing contracts was big. See, but greed, and the only reason it benefits me, though, or it doesn't really matter as much, is because greed could help it. I would have liked to have been able to take the tax off the transfer, because then you could put it on the farm, like, yeah. I know, Rude, I don't know if you guys know Rude from Roots Lounge. He's brilliant, but he's with Fat Cake. You can put Fat Cake on the farm. They built out their farm. It's amazing, but you still pay the transfer tax. But it makes sense to do it because you're getting so much back from farming there. So I could do the same thing, but on the other hand, had I been able to remove it, I'd remove it. Why not? You let people farm. What does that mean? They're holding. They're not selling. So, Trust me, with greed, I have the different options where we may pull the tax off or pull. I know we're not going to have the transfer if we want to transfer it to a farm and we build it out. But like I was saying, when creating different relationships, I might just, I've already talked to like Rude and Fat Cake. They're going to build on their farm where I could farm our tokens too. And we're doing something mutually beneficial. I could build my own, or because we're all good and we work together, we can work together on it. Why not? Makes more sense to have, strategic alliances than compete with everyone. Why recreate it?
That's great. Okay, great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so how do we get on the pre-sale list?
Pre-sale or private?
Private, whatever you're calling it.
Well,
the good list. How do we get, how do your brothers in South Florida, where you're at, get on the good list?
They buy BabyDogeInu.
There you go.
Actually, if you look, hold on, you put it in here because, people thought I was kidding when I'm talking about supporting it. And they because the thing was, everyone comes out, and I even had this other thing where they're like, as I started mentioning greed, because everyone's so used to the BSC industry, because you know what happens. If someone has a token in the BSC industry and they have another one, they already pulled their money out and ditched the one and go to the other. So it's been a tough thing. In the beginning, it hurt me for a bit, because as soon as I mentioned greed, a bunch of people like, sell, get his next one. I'm like, no. Because I was also calling BabyDogeInu the hold token in this, because BabyDogeInu gets reflections in BabyDogeInu. So it keeps growing. Greed gets reflections, and it's either going to be Cardano or BSC. It's not the same thing. I don't want it to keep growing. So if you have them do different things, and it's going to also feed the growing one. So there was no reason to one or the other. Now, if someone came to me and said, Pete, I can only buy one coin at a time. That's all I have. And they have said it, and I'm honest. Listen, and if my people don't like it, I'm sorry, because I'm always honest about this. That if someone came to me and said, I can only have one, I'm in BabyDogeInu, what should I do? I said, well, fucking sell it. Greed's going to make you more right off the bat if you need to do it. You could always buy BabyDogeInu back. I'm not going to sit here and say, don't sell. I actually did tell one of my friends who said he was going to sell it. I'm like, if you fucking sell BabyDogeInu, you're not buying greed. How about that one? I know what your wallet is. But like any other investors out there, those are my friends. Like he has money, so that we don't have to play that game. When people come to me and go, BabyDogeInu or greed, I'm like, tell me, how many tokens do you have? 20? So why is it one or the other with these two, which are going to be better than any of the other ones you have? Don't talk to me about it. But yeah, so, I did put, if you look at what Ryan put in there, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to start putting some support for BabyDogeInu. You want to get whitelisted? Buy it. Then you got to transfer it to your greed wallet where it's locked with greed for 6 months too. So I didn't want people to buy BabyDogeInu to get on the whitelist and then sell it. So if they transfer it to their greed wallet, any BSC token that goes in that greed wallet is going to be locked for the same 6 months as greed. But your rewards in BSC or Cardano will be able to be pulled out. So that's why I put it on there, and I laid it out. Buy BabyDogeInu, you'll see it. I mean, without me going through the whole thing, it's written out there. And that's just me being a pain in the butt, because I have so many people contacting me asking me. Now, listen, for some of you that are supporting me, we're doing AMAs. Yeah, we could talk, we could talk on the side, but I can't tell everyone that, yes, I'm going to put you on because I got to save. I mean, it is a big private sale, but we've had big investors before that I'm bringing in. And the other thing is, you know, there's going to be some people with bigger positions. They're not getting just smaller ones, but they were already planned for before all this. And the difference is these aren't crypto people. These are people I know. I could lock them up for more. They don't even know how to sell. That's why I had to do it where they could just pay with Ethereum through mine. If I had to tell them to swap, they won't have any idea how to do it. So my people, or again, I have four main partners that were the money guys before Cool and Dre, and like what we have is a full team. But my four money guys in South Florida are all, one's a big lawyer that does transactions. These are my friends from like high school. Another one's a big business guy, and all their friends that were doing the private sale that were helping us get funded. We're putting some to the side for the communities, yes. But you know, they are getting bigger positions and they're never going to sell. They don't sell. It's like they look at it like stocks or investment. They're going to put it away and say to me, so wait, how's that thing doing again? All right, cool. Just it's different. And I know most people can't understand that, but their wallets aren't going to be anything too scary. So no one's going to be like, oh my God, they got 5%. No one's going to have that conversation. So we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But yes, Papa Hold. Since if you're Papa Hold, you don't have a problem. We can talk. Anyone I know I can trust holding, I'm good with.
Yeah,
Cool, man.
But you should buy BabyDogeInu.
I hope you work on. I hope you continue to work with Ray, because we love that token, and I'm heavily invested in that. And they need to be honest with you. They launched sort of their video yesterday for the prototype, and talk about. I mean, the chart. That's when the chart started tanking. And I know that the prototype's going to be cool. I know that the project's cool.
It's how you market is the problem.
Yes. They shot themselves in the foot like majorly yesterday with that launch, and they need some help.
So, you know, I don't know, like, so I know Nicole was in this group too. She's the community manager. Her, yeah. Macarius, they're in my group too. And from the beginning, like I said, I gave them my launch, what you need to do from what I did plus what I learned afterwards. And then after they launched, they were down 50%. They came to me. We implemented it. So what I gave them, and Nicole even said, she goes, oh my God, you know, we did a poll in there. Most of the people came from those PooCoin ads you got going. And I only had, at the time, they only had the static ones available. And, you know, I'm trying to get everything like worked out better, but it wasn't just the PooCoin ads. There was like a couple different things we did. And I even told them, like, stop, like they're on their site. When you read about the way they're trying to explain it is too much. Privacy on the blockchain. I was like, cut all that shit out.
Overkill.
So all I said was, what you put all that to the bottom. I want really big Wraith, the first untraceable ghosting wallet. That's what people understand. It's the first. It's untraceable, and since it's Wraith, use the ghosting wallet as a little catchy thing. That's it. Just keep it at that, because no one understands. I'm like, this privacy on the blockchain, you sound like every other token or coin. You hear all these ones where just something, they have something. We have privacy through this. No, that's not what you have. Or it's what you have, yes, but that's not what sells. So I have tried, you know, as just being friendly. Like I said, I loved it. I invested. I was on Rude's AMA when they came through, and now I have been talking to them. I've been, you know. Like I saw even their Reddit post came out and it was like all that long descriptive and it just, I'm like, man, that's not I'm all about marketing. Like 90% of everything's marketing. You could take a turd and market it and make more money than take something great. And that's the problem with sometimes you have that utility, you fall back that that's going to work, but you still have to market. So yes, I will be working with them on it. I'm not selling my position there. That's the same holding it, because I believe long term they're going to have to get through some of their bugs and learning the BSC part and, you know, shaking out some of the paper hands. But what it is amazing. So eventually it's going to take off. And I'm not going to sit here and trade the thing. That's what I said. I don't look at the chart. It's up, it's down, it's whatever. If I have more money, I'll put it in. I don't care where it is because I know where it's going. So yes, and I was now I'm trying to think of ideas where we could cross market it, because when I get my hype for Greed going and I start doing the pre-marketing for that, because I'm going to try to build that whole community out using the pre-sale part of it through, you know, the launch, because that's when you have to get everyone. I'll figure out a way to, you know, work with them on something where we could benefit each other. So it cross promotes as well.
Awesome.
Because again, there's so much shit out there. People are going to invest in something. I'd rather put them in the right direction, because they're going to buy another 100 rugs just because of some, I'm telling you, I'm in some other like groups with like friends that are there, and they're just mini this, mini that, mini football, mini basketball, mini baseball. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And that's why I said jokingly when I did, BabyDogeInu, I'm like, man, everyone buys every stupid thing with Doge or Inu. This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, BabyDogeInu, why not? Here we go. So yeah, as much as it was a joke, it's just like, that's what BSC is.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know, man. Every time I hear Doge in the project, I kind of ignore it. But since you came on, man, it sounds awesome what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I had nothing coming in. What's that?
I hear Doge. No, I say when I hear projects have Doge in it, I'm just like, I don't look into it. It's annoying to me.
Can I tell you? I honestly hate Dogecoin. I hate I'm watching all their groups and like my friends on Facebook, Doge to the moon, Doge. I'm like, oh, shut up, just shut up. So I get it. Like I cringe. I hate the name. I hate saying my own name. I'm speaking on BabyDogeInu. I cringe. Trust me. But it served a purpose for me, not knowing anyone or anything, coming straight into this from never being on Telegram. I needed to get that's what got me launched. I had to do the little things that got everything going, but I also knew there was a master plan behind it that was going to fix all that. So I had to ride the wave too. But I still was able to catch some of it enough that it didn't matter what I launched. If you put, like I said, Baby Doge or Inu in there, it was going to go anyway.
Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of people probably are investing in you more than, the token, and you and your vision.
Well, that's what happened too. I really didn't, again, the first time I got on, it was an AMA by accident. I had been sleeping. I mean, I hadn't slept. I didn't sleep for like the first 10 days because I don't like it. Even all my partners who are in this, when I say partners, I still do 99% of the work because this is my job. I was just going to trade crypto and be like, that's it. I'm just going to trade and hang out. Then I was like, man, I got to bring something out. So this is what I'm doing full time. Everyone else, my other partners have jobs. They have other jobs they do. And I get on them about this, but then they do something and I yell at them anyway. I'm like, oh, if I want it done right, I just have to do it myself. And I do. But when I came on, I didn't sleep for like the first week. And I remember like we launched on a Friday. The following Saturday, I was exhausted. It was like 10 a.m. and I'm like, I need to take a nap. So I'm like, you know what? Everyone, where's Dev? Where's Dev? Where's Dev? And I was getting on videos all the time. I'm like, here, I'm right here. Relax. Here's what's going on. So I scheduled a call, a video. I always did video. I scheduled a video call for like 2 o'clock. And that call was going to be, hey guys, listen, I'm really tired. I'm going to take a nap for a little bit. So I'm going to be out of, I get on to do that. And someone jumps in. They're like, hey buddy, start talking to me about stuff. And we're just chatting. And he's like, you watching your chart? No, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell how to see how many people were in the group. So he's like, do you see how many people in your group? People just kept coming into the group because people were telling people, dude, check out. This is before I said everyone was like doxing. Like, you got to come check this guy out. He's just talking real talk, whatever. He's like, dude, look at your chart. I'm like, hold on. I can't do two things at once. I'm like, oh, shit. He's like, they're buying because you're talking. And for a while, if you see like when we first launched how it went, that's what was happening. But I made it through all the like good AMAs. I was trying to get with you guys. I had someone in the group who was trying to set it up a while ago because you're actually on the short list of AMAs that I recommend. Even before I used you guys, I knew you were at least a real AMA group because I did like 20 of them that were botted fake ones. So I have in my dev group a list of I think 6 or 7, and you guys are on the list. But when I was doing that, everything was going up. Now the thrill wore off. All the people jumped out. They were jumping on mini football, mini basketball, mini this. People pulled money out. They wanted to see something happen here crazy. And that's when even my group said, they said, you know what, Cap? A lot of them came and said, stop going crazy with BabyDogeInu right now. We're all cool. We know what's going to happen when greed comes out. So don't kill yourself anymore. I mean, listen, I got the video game coming, which will be out in like 2 days or whatever, the test mode. So I still didn't want to stop. But it was like, just pull back a little bit. That's how much faith my community has in me, which I appreciate. Is that they even said, we got you. We're good. People want to sell and freak out. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. Let's go with it. But then I put something out like, oh, yeah, you want the greed private sale? Buy BabyDogeInu. Oh, and you're going to lock it up, too, because I know the game. So, it's just what I'm willing to do to get this thing going. And I don't even know what the hell the question was there. I just went on a tangent. So sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it was not really a formal question. Just an observation, But you've pretty
Yeah.
much sold me. You know, I'm definitely going to be looking to get into greed here.
Yeah, well, you better buy BabyDogeInu and you better show me that damn wallet.
Okay, I will. Does anyone have any other questions?
Looks like a great buy right now. Baby Doge looks like a really great buy right now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I mean, it definitely is. It's funny because, like I said, it's like a sleeper. You know, think about it though. Like I said, once we start infusing it with this money and then all the other announcements, unfortunately, I think what started happening was, I don't know if people believe greed was real. You know, it's like one of those things. Let's see what happens if it comes out. If it's going to come out, is he just talking? Because I know most people bullshit. So now it's just starting to get to the point of being real, because I just started now. I just gave BabyDogeInu his facelift and turned him over into, like, if you look at the new logo that I have in the groups now, he's a little more edgy than the original one, which looked like all the other little ones. And he's wearing the greed coin on his neck. So, you know, this just started happening this week, to where we're starting to do that transition so people can see it really happening.
You got me hooked when you said the games.
So just keep checking the BabyDogeInu Telegram, because like I said, I'm just waiting for the guy. He said, you know, it's not going to look exactly like him. He's putting it together. He has like what it's going to be. He's like, he wants to put it there and get feedback. Hey, you guys want this or that? It's a 3D thing. And I mean, listen, it's not like any of these, like, what's it called? These amazing graphic ones. I mean, it's cool. It's a Telegram looking game, basically, you know, but he's going to take feedback. And I told him, I said, look, start here. Let's get something going. The good thing is he's a Doge fanatic. So he was really excited about this. And I was like, go with it. And then the other cool thing is, we might be doing it again. I don't understand the options. He was saying something about doing it as an NFT game. Like, there's different ways to do it. Since I don't know games, I didn't know. But that's why I'm bringing it out to community. Let them check it, give some feedback, see what they want, what they think, and we're going to go from there. So, you know, anyone who's over there has an opportunity to help us work on it, because I don't play games. I don't know games, but I'm doing it for the community.
That sounds pretty awesome. It sounds like you're really trying to deliver on everything here. And it's nice to hear that you're not trying to juggle a full-time job and, you know, do this, you know, fit this in on the side, that you're fully laser focused here.
Yeah, and trust me, my work, my man hour is like 10 people's man hours. Most people are like, oh, I can't work out of the house. I get nothing done. I don't even play music. I don't do anything. I stand up. So it's hard to tell now, but I'm big into the gym. I'm big into being in shape. I haven't gone to the gym since the week before I launched BabyDogeInu, which is never in my life. We're going on 2 months now. I don't miss the gym. I'm sick and I go to the gym, but I got to get myself back in. It's just, that's how busy I've been. I was dealing with the techs in India starting sometimes 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, because that's their time, and getting stuff going. And I'm working here. At certain points when we had the Chinese community going, they'd be like, hey, the Chinese community wants to talk to you. I'm like if I got up in the middle of the night because I'm drinking water and I got to pee, I look at my phone. I'm like, okay, I respond to someone. They're like, hey, the Chinese community needs you now. I'm like, I'm going to go back to bed. They're like, can you just talk to them quick? And I'm up since then. Like, once that happens, I'm not going back to bed. So I do need to get a little bit of a normal life back. But the only thing I need is the gym. I mean, as long as I have the gym, I'm good. But yeah, that's how much I put into it. Is I haven't even been to the gym in 8 weeks. And that's, for me, that's big.
Yeah, man, you got to make sure you take care of yourself, you know?
Yeah. If I don't, trust me, something's going to, either this thing's going to moon or I'm going to die. One or the other is going to happen right now. So hopefully we get to the moon.
All right. Now, does anyone have any other questions?
Captain Awesome, I'm just going to go through the tokens that we need to purchase through BabyDogeInu. Sorry, that's my grandson. It's the brother. With regards to the whitelist, what I've heard this morning, straight up, I like. So I want to invest. What I want to know, because I'm reading there's a minimum amount of Baby Doge that I have to purchase first before I transfer. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I put it in there as $100. Well, roughly, it's probably even cheaper now, because when I did it, it went down a little bit from the other day. So the amount, yesterday, whenever I wrote this, might have been 2 days ago. I think we might be down 10% from there. It was, I can't even read the number. I don't know if that's like 125 billion or whatever it is. So it was roughly at the time $100 worth. And I just did that because, you know, I made the whitelist special for all the people that have supported us all this time. So when new people are coming in, I had to make it that at least they did something to support it. But even on top of that, then if you transfer it to the Greed wallet, it gets locked up there. So that Greed wallet that's on the launch pad, that's where the Greed wallets will be locked. And any BSC token other than the rewards that come in BSC, or if it's Cardano, the Cardano rewards, that's why don't transfer anything else there. It's not a real wallet. It's a wallet, and it looks like a real wallet, but it's not like a trading one. It's really just to lock the tokens for the Greed private sale. But the BabyDogeInu will be locked there too for those 6 months. You'll get your reflections, but it'll be locked up as well. And that's only for to get whitelisted for the private sale.
Sorry, so how would we love you, Captain Awesome. We all want to talk to you about
Well, good. That's a good thing.
Hey, with regards to notification of once it goes pre-sale for those that are on the whitelist, how will you notify these? I know people like myself that's going to do this.
I would say so. Like my community, everyone in my BabyDogeInu community knows. Like again, we're all on this because it's not two different coins; it all works together. So on that list that's there, there's the agreed Telegram channel, which there's nothing really going on. Like I've told people, I haven't promoted it yet. There's the agreed Telegram channel, and there's the group and the channel. So I'll put announcements there, especially the channel where you just put the announcements, and then through BabyDogeInu, most of them know what's going on, and I'm always involved. I'm in and out. I mean, I'm working on a lot of different projects. If I'm not in Rude's Lounge with him, helping him on an AMA because he's doing a lot for me tech-wise with all the Cardano and the tech builds and all the other stuff, I'm typically in BabyDogeInu. So I'm always accessible too. You know, I don't just do like an AMA and then disappear. You know, I actually schedule in BabyDogeInu every couple hours or like a call for anyone that has any questions. So I keep it going, and I am posting like the Greed stuff in there as well. And on top of that, there's the Twitter accounts and everything else. And you can get that all through the websites.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Thank you. And yeah, I'm with you on that Greed angle.
And I'm sure if you know, through DefiSpeculate, I'm sure they'll probably put out some of this stuff here too. I'm guessing, maybe. If they want to be whitelisted, they're going to help me, right, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely, man. I'll, anything you need, bro. Anything you need.
I'm working the angles, man. I'm going to work all angles always. And that's why you guys will appreciate it when you're one of my investors. You see that I work every angle for my investors and my holders.
So I pinned
Hey, Nicole,
both.
Hold on. Let me do this. Hey, Nicole, are you listening? Can you talk?
What's up? I'm here. I came to stop by and see what you're talking about. Well, I know what you're talking about, but
as you guys know, no, I've been talking about Wraith too. So Nicole knows she's been in my community. She's been in Wraith. Nicole was with me from the very beginning, day one, and became real big in the community. So let me ask you this question, Nicole. I've told them this. I said if they talk to anyone in the community, I got Action in here. I have you. I can only see you guys at the top of the list because I'm on my phone. Have I ever? Anything I've ever told you guys I was going to do, have I delivered?
Yes, you have. Everything you do. You've kept us informed of everything along the way, all the ups, all the downs, and what the plan was. And we see you working. We've seen him working every day. I mean, if he's not in the chat, he's over there working on this and pulling it together. And now, we're approaching all of that too as well. So, I mean, this guy, upstanding, honest, what he says, he's been true to his word 100%. I think that's why we all have been here for this journey too. So, and that's what I'm doing over at Wraith as well.
That's what I was telling them too. I said, I'm also willing to build relationships. Eventually I want to talk to them about doing something together. I was like, listen, they had some stuff. I said, I was, instead of competing, I willingly gave you everything that I did for my launch to them. And then, you know, they went with someone else's advice on it. And then after they launched, they came back. And what did I do? When they needed some help, I jumped right in. Even though I had all my other stuff going on, I put it on hold. I invested myself in Wraith as this because I love the project. And I got involved and I started doing what I could to help. And I hope you, Nicole, I hope you heard some of them when they were talking about, I think it was Tad talking about the Wraith video. You know, we got to talk to them. I know we're talking about, I don't mind talking about this other stuff. She even said they kind of shot themselves in the foot because a lot of things that they think are good for marketing, it's not helping them, it's hurting them. And that's what's making things dump. So we might want to deliver that back to them. And that went back to, again, with me talking about the novel that they write about this whole privacy thing and the way they explain it. And I simplified it to the first, I keep saying it. Every time I say it to him, I'm like, you know, I'm going to keep telling you this until you get it right. The first untraceable ghosting wallet, rather than the whole 3 paragraphs of explaining privacy and all that. So we might want to get on that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We're going to have a little powwow here and see what direction we're going to go in with this, because we do got big plans and we want all the marketing to coordinate perfectly with that and be getting to the right people in the right way. So yes, there's definitely things going on behind the scenes, and Captain Awesome, he's a great ally, you know, to have. I think we all feel, and the guys over there as well, that good coins with utility, real withstanding projects should be working together and not fighting against each other in the BSC space. It's just silly, you know, we're more than meme tokens. There's a handful of us that are really doing big things out here, and Greed, BabyDogeInu system, that's one of them, and Wraith will be a big thing here as well. So along with others too. I mean, you know, we talk to a lot of people, so we're reaching out in the right places and looking into a lot of different things for the future.
That's what I said, guys. You know, we got all the good guys got to stick together. That's why it's funny when you see all the same people in the same groups. And that's one of the things I've been trying to bring to this space is us sticking together, because you know what? It's real easy for the rugs to come out. They make their money, and because what they're doing, they don't have to be as cautious with their money because we're doing the right thing. It's a lot harder for us that we need every dollar spent wisely, and we need to make sure our marketing is done properly. So the best thing for us to do is share it with each other, because it's a lot harder when you do it the right way. So the only way for us to beat the bad guys is for the good guys to team up. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do. You know, more than just me launching my coin. That's why I set up that dev group where it's all the good developers now, and I find more, I add them to it. They come there, we share stuff. We help each other. I think that's what I said, like, about educating this whole industry, not just popping out a coin and going to next. There's a lot more to it if we want to clean it up and make all the good guys work. And that's going to help all the investors over time too. It is a really big project. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it could happen. It's just going to take some work.
Oh, I'm down for the ride. I love looking for long projects to invest in.
Yeah, and Nicole, remember,
I hate doing these pump and dumps type of stuff, like go and invest and just take it out. I prefer to invest in like a good long-term project and not have to worry about it.
Who has time to sit there and look at a chart to wonder when you have to get out? You know, I mean, put your money in. That's it. Let it go. If it's something good, you don't have to worry about it. You know, forget about what happens from day to day. It's what's going to happen in, you know, a couple months, a year from now. You know, and listen, don't get me wrong. I think the difference is there are people who make money day trading, but you don't day trade these low market cap coins. It's usually something with a big market cap that moves in trends. You day trade, you use a lot of money, and you play. You know, you make your little clips here and there. It's different. What people are doing here, it's just gambling. I mean, if you want to be an investor, be an investor. If you want to be a day trader, be a day trader. Or if you want to be a gambler, but realize that's what you are. You're not an investor. And me personally, I think they've even laughed at me. Like, I don't even know what we're priced at sometimes. And it's like, I should look because I got to be able to tell people. But I'm like, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm like, even when it was going up or down, I had no idea where we were because I was just busy. My whole point was, I don't care where the coin is. I need to keep doing what's best to keep moving it forward. Regardless of where it is, I'm still doing the best I can. It's not like, oh my God, it's down, I need to do more. No, I'm always doing the plan. I'm always doing the plan, and I'm always moving forward. It's never going to be, oh shit, now I have to kick it into gear. See, that's the thing. I always give 100%. And so it really doesn't matter what the chart's doing. And shit, I don't want to do that with other people either. I don't want to have to worry about, should I get out now because everyone's dumping? No, I just want to buy and hold.
I'll just buy more.
Yeah, man, the way you talk, it just it exudes confidence, you know, and just hearing you this for this
Yes.
AMA, I'm so much more confident in your project, you know.
Listen, I appreciate it because that's, like I said, when I came here, that's what I came here for. It wasn't necessarily to make money. I could actually, so let me just give you something here, like, so people can understand. I kept 1% of BabyDogeInu, okay? I invested more after, you know, I bought at the all-time high, but I kept my wallet separate, right? Shit, where's my, oh, it's on my phone. So that 1% right now, shit, that's probably, it was 10 trillion tokens with 1%, right? So when you want to talk about what you got for something, but me learning it, and I did spend more money in the beginning than I should have. Really, my whole amount that I put in to do everything I needed to get it going, to learn. But it was, like I said, it was the learning curve. I didn't lose money. That learning curve, I probably spent about $40,000 just, you know, figuring out everything I needed to do to get my 1%. And that 1% right now is valued at probably around, what, $8,000. So I didn't get anything. I spent 40 grand to get 8, and I'm good. My other wallet, I've probably lost more money because I bought up, and I kept buying up, and I just kept buying. Whenever I have extra money, I keep buying. So it's not like I got anything for doing this. I've got the highest cost average than anyone else out there because I had to put my investment money. And even now, like when there's stuff that I need, my marketing wallet, because we don't have much volume, it's not there. I'm using my own money to do stuff half the time. But I don't mind because it's a learning curve. I know what greed's going to do. That greed's going to pay it all back later because that's what's going to make the real money. But my point is, like, it wasn't like, oh, we released a token. I truly did do this to bring something good to the community. Because if I was just doing this to make money, I would have made, but the point I was trying to get at, guys, is if I just wanted to make money, I could trade and make money. I made money in Shiba doing that. I made money in some other ones. And also because of the way I invest, I can make money just investing. And I can make more money investing. Trust me, I've had my money. I just parked a bunch of money, luckily, in Ethereum. I put everything in Ethereum back at like $17. Doing pretty good right now. Now, did it go 10x? No. Did go over 2x, which is really good. And I did that in a really secure one called Ethereum. And now I'm just kind of waiting for Cardano. I did play a little bit in Cardano, but I'm wondering now if they, you know, if Cardano was to pull their, push their contracts off, it's probably going to drop about 50% again. So I would invest back at that point. But if they're going to go, once I get an idea, trust me, I'm going to move some of that Ethereum back into Cardano. So the point I'm making is I'm not truly doing this to make money. If I was, I would just do it as an investor. It's a lot easier. All the effort I put, all the work, the fact that I haven't been to the gym, I've got no social. I haven't left my house. I don't leave my house. Shit, I had to break up with my girl a couple of weeks in because she was giving me shit about working. She said, choose between me and choose between the community. I said, bye. I've got 4,200 holders that need me right now. You're being spoiled. You can wait a little bit till I get my stuff going. I work out of the house. You see, I get on a video call. She comes kicking my chair when I'm on with investors. I was like, all right, you're now interrupting. You support me? No, you're out. She asked me to choose. I choose. She's gone. But now I'm single.
That's a dedication, man. That's a dedication right there.
Well, she was psycho, though. It wasn't like it was like this hard choice.
Probably a better move, man.
But point is, like, man, like, it's not like I'm sitting here like he's hanging out. I'm going out to dinner. I'm hanging out with the friends. I haven't left my house. It's mostly been ordering in. I go to the grocery store. I feel bad leaving my computer or my phone or anything. So, yeah, guys, I'm doing this truly to make something great and make an impact. And that's why I'm putting all this effort into this whole big thing that's coming around. It hasn't been something that's paid off for me. It's cost me more money than anything. But so when people want to ask what my belief is, that's how much I believe in it that I'm pushing all this. Because you know, for me to say buy BabyDogeInu here, yeah, buy it. Trust me, my dollar cost average, you guys can buy it here. I bought, when you add my cost is all the way up here. I'm up high, man. You guys get a great point in. And I still know how much money I'm going to make because, like I said with BabyDogeInu, I've never been looking at it as, oh, we're going to go to 10 million. I mean, I'm like at 400,000, actually under 400,000 market cap right now. We were up to 4 million. Again, come down. I didn't care if it's going to hit 10 or 100. I believe I can get this to 1 billion once we start bringing out, and it sounds crazy, but think about it. The shit I'm doing in the metaverse, no one's doing. It's got to start hitting the reality. And then once I could bring the credibility to a Doge meme coin, because remember, greed itself too is different. It's not going to be looked at like a meme coin. It's going to be looked at as a whole monster. So as I'm promoting that with press releases and it's still talking about BabyDogeInu, it's going to get us different investors because it's going to get investors. It's going to get the people that would never really look at it like you guys said. Think about it. I don't look at Dogecoins. I'm looking at it now. I need to get in front of them. And the way I'm going to be able to do that is through greed. So greed's going to also just give recognition that BabyDogeInu is something more than just another stupid Dogecoin. So guys got to think about all that as, you know, we talk about what I'm looking to do here with BabyDogeInu. I'm sorry, Ryan. I know you're probably like, damn, this guy keeps going. I'll keep going forever, man. Like I said, I can't leave my computer. I'm here.
Yeah, no, bro. I think it's going great, you know?
Yeah, man, I'm glad you came in.
What's that?
No, I was saying I'm glad you came in because, I mean, at first just hearing the name, I was just like, I don't know if this project is so serious. But, man, talking to you, man, you can hear the drive, like the ambition to get stuff done, man. So
listen, I hate the name too, bro. I hate the name too. Don't get me wrong. I fucking cringe every time I have to say it. The only reason the other reason I wish I didn't renounce the contract is I would have named them Spike or some other shit. Now, when Greed came Greed's dog, I would have just come up with a different name, changed everything over like I was doing. So I can't. So now I have to live with BabyDogeInu. We'll make it work though. We'll make it work. We'll give it a nickname or some shit. I call him Greed. I call him Greed's pup. I'm like the pup. It's easier. I'm like, I hate saying the pup. You know, you just got to buy the pup.
All right, so if no one has any more questions, I think we could probably begin to wrap up, right?
Sounds good to me. I need some food. I'm starving.
All right, well, I really want to thank you for coming on to our group today and doing this AMA. I think anyone who watches this AMA is going to be sold on your project.
I hope so. Just don't show it to everyone. The only thing I take into account is the BSC space, my man. So I get you, and it totally would be that, but it is space. We just got right. Because everyone here, what do they say? When launch? It's launched. But when launch? When pre-sale? When private sale? When launch?
When
CMC?
When Binance?
Oh, man.
When moon?
Hey, man. Hey, project aside, thank you for your service, buddy. Truly.
Oh, man, thank you.